Hello guys, we're going to talk about game week 3 that just went past obviously on the weekend. We're going to talk about who won, who drew, and who lost on the weekend. We're going to begin with Newcastle against Bournemouth. This was a difficult game. I obviously went with a 2-0 Newcastle away win. Bournemouth are actually, to be fair to them, they actually shook me in this game. I thought Bournemouth would have lost this game, especially with Isaac and obviously Gordon and Jolin and Bruno Gomes and all them lot, who the talent they got. And obviously with Iola as the manager, to be fair, he can set up a really good defensive structure for Bournemouth, especially on those when it comes to in the second half and the first half, where he'll press teams outright. But Eddie Howe obviously got his game plan wrong in this game. Of course there was the Jolinton moment that was a controversial topic. Most likely Sky Sports will do a VR coverage with it, where they have this old man referee that comes in and talks about and breaks down what's the procedures and all these other things. But obviously we're not going to go through that, but we're going to talk about the Newcastle game. So simple as Newcastle drew, nothing big. Newcastle obviously wanna, the next game, whoever they're playing, wanna turn that result in the positive for them to get into that top 4 race and obviously to get back in the Champions League spot. But we're gonna have to wait next weekend to see what the result for Newcastle is gonna be. Chelsea Wolves. Well, I was gonna say straight up, this was a weird game. A weird game. Yeah, the first half of this game, of the Chelsea game, is the best first half, of course, so far in the season. Is second week, obviously. But as a football game, it was end to end. It was brilliant. Yeah, the former Athletic player Matheus Cunha was really causing trouble for Chelsea's defense, and he was really good in the first half. Obviously in the second half he dropped off because Chelsea just ran the show on that right hand side with Mudiweki and Palmer. That's why Palmer got the 3 assists. What a player Palmer is. He's been a fantastic signing, and that's probably going to be one of Chelsea's bargains, and he's gonna, if he carries on the same form as he's past 6 to 5 years, he's their next Eden Hazard. Because Eden Hazard was a good player for them, but Eden Hazard did have inconsistent seasons. One thing Chelsea fans won't admit, but I personally think that. But Palmer is a baller. I like Palmer. The goal. Just let me just talk. Sanchez, I don't rate him. Brilliant long pass into Nicolas Jackson. Then Nicolas Jackson, halfway, does a type of over the head basically pass to Palmer, and then Palmer chips it, and it's just a beautiful finish. That whole entire play was just fantastic from Chelsea. But there are some good signs from Chelsea, but Chelsea's defensive just is so bad. It's just really bad. I know obviously Chelsea ran the show in the second half, credit to them. But in the first half, Chelsea was all around. I can't remember what minute it was, but it was the 50th minute, and Fofana stuck his foot out to a header, and Wolves' strikers scored, and it was such poor marking from just Levi Colwill and all the other players. Chelsea's marking in general, from just counter attacks, open play, everything is just in Enzo Maresca needs to sort that out. He needs to sort that out quick time. Whatever his defensive coaching is, or whatever his other coaches they can do, watch clips of them obviously, and just if Chelsea sort that, Chelsea can be a massive team that could upset big teams like Arsenal, Liverpool, and Manchester City. Obviously, Man City beat them, but that was the first game, obviously, and it's gonna be a really tense game because it's Man City, the best team in the world. But yeah, I still believe Chelsea will get top 4. I've got a feeling Chelsea are gonna have to go top 4, especially with Pedro Neto. I like Pedro Neto. I think he's a good player. Obviously, João Felix got on his debut. Good for him. Obviously, Chelsea fans are going to love that one. Neto to Joao Felix for the fourth goal, if I remember right, or was it the fifth goal? But yeah, Madueke, credit to him. I don't rate him, but a good hat trick for him, especially with the controversial tweet that he made and obviously took it down from X. But yeah, good win for Chelsea and a good weekend for them to celebrate. So my team, Liverpool, against Brentford at home. Arne Slot's first official Premier League home game that he's managed. So what's the way of saying it? In the first half, Luis Diaz, he basically, I'm not gonna lie, when Luis Diaz is on 1-on-1, my shit does come out. I'm not gonna lie. Obviously the most talked about point from last year, the Man City game, and Salah played a beautiful ball to him through two of the players, and 1-on-1 again, let's just say he effed it all, basically. But he took it really well on his weak foot. Like he made the Brentford goalkeeper he opened his body up really wide, but he hit so hard and low so the keeper at the point can't basically react to it quickly, basically. And he did really well, Luis Diaz, with the goal. In the first half, Arne Slot did really well, and I see the difference straight away between Jurgen Klopp and him. So what Arne Slot is football is that he's more possession based, and that's just a fact. You can clearly tell. Like, I've got the stat here. Like, Liverpool have 62% possession. Obviously, Brentford had 37% possession, and overall, by the way, not in halves, just overall. 8 shots on target for Liverpool, 19 shots for Liverpool. And if you remember, like, we did like 20 touches in the box, and what I like about us too, from our standpoint, which we had massive problems from last year, where it was like Liverpool just like, oh my god, panicking, like, oh, we pass it here, we pass it there, oh, if we get back here, we get back there. We saw that last season with Arne Slot. When I can't lie, I hear corners right now. Like, there was one time when Szoboszlai did like a stupid shot, but again, the way we came back and we reassembled ourselves into that defensive structure that we're getting used to, and I'm loving each moment of it. If that's from last year, we probably can see that goal, because like Jurgen Klopp is not a bad manager. It's the fact that his football requires too much, basically, and it's not possession based, it's havoc, basically. It's like what I was just explaining. Like, it's like, oh, you need to go here, you need to go there, you pass it there, and it's just like end to end, basically. In a way, it's end to end. Obviously for the neutral it's good, but I want my games to be controlled, assembled, and being taken by ease. Like, when that second goal, I was saying it when I was watching the game, like, get that second goal, control the possession, let the time tick down, bring on Endo, and obviously that's it. Just shut off the game, basically, which we did really well, and we kept a clean sheet. Us and Arsenal, from what I know, but I kept clean sheet so far. If I'm wrong, obviously someone can tell me in the comments. But yeah, I'm there's signs in these two games. Even in the friendlies, I was saying it to my sister. I was like, yeah, this Arne Slot system and tactics, I am liking it straight away. Like, even the second goal for Diaz, it was coming from Szoboszlai pressing, and obviously Szoboszlai plays it to Diaz, and then obviously Diaz plays into Salah. I'm not gonna talk about Salah. Typical Salah finishes it. He's just the king, obviously. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Second half, we played fantastic. Like, we like, the only like trouble Brentford gave us was a header from one of their defenders, and Alisson did a fantastic save. Like, he doesn't hardly get any shots, but like Alisson from last season get a lot of shots against him. But in this game, but that's why he's the best keeper like in the world. He doesn't hardly get any shots, but he's ready for that exact moment where there's an attack going on from a corner or set piece or a counter attack. He's brilliant at that, and obviously on the build up too. But yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with the win. We still need a DM, of course, and other positions that we need to think of. Of course, people are going to be talking about the Trent situation, when he got angry when he came off. I'll be honest, as a Liverpool fan, I did not like to see it. I find it arrogant. I find it selfish. the fact that it's not everything's about you. I love Trent. Trent is my second favorite player. But he needs to wake up. And if you're thinking you want to go to Real Madrid and all these other things, and Real Madrid is in your head, I've got no other nice way to saying it, but you can actually fuck off, because I care about Liverpool and I want players who actually want to play for Liverpool. And if you got Real Madrid at back of your head, sorry, I'm sorry, but you can leave the door basically, because no player is not bigger than the club. Of course, Arne Slot, I'm going to give credit to the manager. He did really well, like I said, brilliant. But yeah, we'll move on to the next game. Oh, Manchester United. What is it to say, guys, about Manchester United? I'm not gonna lie, Man United played really well in some occasion parts. Like, there was good times where they were like doing some really nice interval passing and like good triangle passes in, like, and all these other things. But they will, again, it's the same issue in Manchester United where they go asleep. Where, like, there was a time I was watching the game carefully towards the end, like the 90th minute, and I had the back of my head. I'm like, I got a feeling Brian are gonna nick this. I just had a feeling, because I just saw similar things from last year where Man United just go asleep and basically brain dead, where they just go full on brain dead. And I don't know who it was, and forgive me, obviously tell me in the comments, guys. Obviously I'm not gonna know all the players' names, but it was a brilliant pass. I'm sorry, it was a cross, sorry. And João Pedro was at the back post, and I clearly seen it. It could be Delay's fault. It could be just overall defender's fault for not in that moment, in that single moment there where they're not fully active. To be fair, Delay did well when he came on. I think Mazraoui is a good player. It's a good signing for Manchester, and obviously with the Garnacho Xerxes goal that happened, obviously it was offside by the law. It's offside. No matter what, I kind of do feel sorry for Xerxes, but it's Manchester United, so Manchester United can go, you know what, themselves. But I think there's some parts that Man United fans should be kind of happy with, but at the same time, there's still the warnings. There's still like the same issues that Manchester United had last year. Like, he brought Antony for some reason. He took off Bruno Fernandes. I think I watched some Man United fans where they were saying that they were angry that he took off Bruno, their playmaker, to win the game from, or just to do something out of the bag basically for them. But for some reason, Ten Hag just brought on Antony for whatever reason. This is a guy who's got 4 goal contributions or whatever the F it is. I don't even know how much in appearances he's done it in, but let's just say Antony is probably the worst signing in Premier League history. Let's just leave it as that. Like, the guy's just a meme of his faces and that's it. But yeah, Man United fans, of course, it's going to be a sore one. They got us next week, the biggest derby in England. We'll see how that plays out. But yeah, there's some good signs from Man United, but at the same time, there's still the same warning signs from last season. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm just happy Welbeck's gone. I didn't mention that. I only got my Toma wrong, and that's it. But yeah, we'll move on to the next game. West Ham against Crystal Palace. Oh, guys, you know what? I thought I'd leave it. You know what I'm going to do, guys? I'm going to do the score predictions that I did on Friday or Thursday, whatever it was, and I'll do it after. But let's just go through the games right now, because I don't want to leave the video for too long. But West Ham, Crystal Palace. Guys, I'm just going to say, I'm such a arsehole. Oh my God, I'm such an I fuck this up. Let's just say, like, I said Crystal Palace was going to win 3-0, and I feel embarrassed. But at the same time, there was a reason why, because Crystal Palace is having good form from last season and then carrying on. It was the first game, to be fair. I should have not overlooked West Ham. But yeah, you know, Bowen, guys, I just want to talk about Bowen. And I remember Bowen from Hull. And we were linked with him when I think Rodgers was here. Bowen's you know what, Bowen is weird. He's really weird. I don't think he's like a right winger. All it's just weird. Like he doesn't even have a position. He's like more of a striker. And Bowen has just been a fantastic signing for West Ham. Like what he's done with a team that obviously is not that great. It's not that great. But what he's done in this past, I think, 3 to 4 years at West Ham has been brilliant. And I wouldn't put it past like they given the captaincy or anything of like just in general, because he has been a fantastic signing and a brilliant servant to the club when he leaves. Because no one's going to talk about him, or like as in much compared to like Saka and Salah and Palmer and all these other wingers and other things. But he is a fantastic player, and I rate Bowen. I think West Ham fans adore him. They love him. Obviously he's got a personal bond with the club now. He's like a legend there for now, if he does anything stupid. But yeah, but Bowen has been fantastic because it's just like he's a player that I've always seen that's been really fantastic. And West Ham, they've done some good signings. Like Fulkrug is a good striker. He's like an old school striker. Where like Drogba, like to hold up the ball, but of course Drogba's a different beast. We all know about Drogba, but yeah, it's just I'm an arsehole. I'm not gonna lie. I just let's just say I've fucked this up one up. Let's just leave it at that. Credit to West Ham. You proved me wrong. You showed me the effort. We'll move on to the next game. Of course, Fulham against Leicester. Fulham obviously want to bounce back from last week's defeat. The disappointment they had against Man United, where Darmel is more of a rugby player than an actual football player. I think Fulham played well. Like I'm not gonna lie, I didn't watch the game. I watched the highlights, and again, it's just the same thing. Iwobi scored, Smith Rowe scored, and Leicester defense was so open, like so open. Again, they need to sort out Leicester. Again, it's just I watched them against Tottenham, and they were brilliant when it came to like playing that low block, and especially counting Tottenham on the counter attack. That's how they got their goal, the Vardy goal, where Leicester can't cause that trouble as a counter attack team. I could see that for us and against Man City and other teams, but simple as Fulham won, and we'll move on to the next game. Man City switch town. Guys, what did I say in last week's video? Haaland's going to get a hat-trick. The only thing I got wrong, I said Doku's going to score because he's shit. He'll probably get a goal. Ipswich surprisingly scored first, but let's be honest, all of us don't know that Man City just going to... It's like, basically Man City like, oh yeah, we'll just let you off the hook. You lot can score, then we'll just slap you in your face, do whatever the F you want right now, and then that's exactly what happened. Like, they just... Typical Haaland, and he just scores a hat trick. Like I said, the guy's a robot. I think like I think he's like next to Aguero already, from what I remember rightly. I think he's 4th or 3rd on the most hat tricks or something like that. I can't remember. You guys tell me in the comments what the stat is again. But yeah, Haaland's a robot. Of course, it's typical Haaland, typical Man City performance. Even when Man City concede, we all know what was going to happen anyway. De Bruyne, fantastic assist obviously for him, and then a brilliant shot for him that was unlucky for him to not go in. Rico Lewis Rico Lewis for Man City. He's a bit of a I kind of actually like him, especially knowing academy players and youngsters from the academy come up. But yeah, Rico Lewis, Man City got talent there, good for them, and yeah, easy win, and always keep the pressure on Arsenal for the title race. So Southampton versus Nottingham Forest. So obviously 2 relegation teams. That a massive win for Nottingham Forest for the relegation fight against them. Against a new promotional team too. So what is to say about this? Sorry if I'm saying that, but Gibson White, for whatever his name is, I think he's good for small teams. I think if he came to a big team, there'll be too much pressure on him. Like with Nottingham Forest, you can tell that he's a main standing out point for that team. And this is where like I had the problem, like not the same problem, sorry. I had the same thing with Palmer. I'm like, if Palmer has too many good players around him, is he going to be the same type of player? But of course, Palmer is doing what Palmer does now. If Palmer does well in this second season, then I've got no doubt he's going to have a fantastic career. But going back to Gibson White, brilliant with the ball. He did like this nice skill where like he turned in and then turned out at the same time, and he scored the goal. Brilliant finish from him. It wasn't like Jamie's basically where he just like deflects off 3 defenders and it goes in. It was just brilliant from him. Right time, just to score the goal for his team. And again, like I said, these points are going to be massive in the relegation fight against Southampton, against Ipswich Town and Everton. Basically, the teams that you know that are going to be in the relegation fight. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Big win for Nottingham Forest. Spurs against Everton. This was a must win for Ange. Ange was obviously pissed off of last week's result. Those memes are going obviously around of him last week. I think Ange is a decent manager. I like the way he carries himself. And he set that mentality in Tottenham where he called them weak, where he basically said that they don't care about winning trophies. And I like that type of manager. That's why I kind of like Ange, because he's straight up and front with the like. That's how Dutch people are, to be fair. But I like that. But yeah, Spurs, brilliant for them. Easy win, home win. From what I remember too, I can't remember, there were some records or something like that. But yeah, simple win. Everton obviously are in trouble. They need to win their game next week because they can't go into international break with 3 losses in a row. There's going to be questions about Son, Dyche or Reda. Is he gonna for the first time? Because like I said in my prediction, like, is this time where Sean Dyche like is gonna not make, like, is he gonna make these or survive on the Premier League? Is they gonna get relegated? Are they gonna stick with him? Or are they gonna get a new manager or interim or whatever it is? It's just that Everton is in a mess state right now. That's the best way of saying it. They're in a mess state. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like Everton because I just think that they're just annoying. They're like the annoying little brothers that just chat shit for the sake of it. But yeah, their owners have treated their club like shit. I'm not gonna lie. I'll call out when I see it. Their owners are just shitheads. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, typical Spurs, 4-0, and we move on to the biggest game of the weekend, in my opinion. So Arsenal against Aston Villa. This was a tiebreaker for Arsenal. Arsenal lost against these a lot twice, and 5 of those losses, Unai Emery had their number for a bit. Even Aston Villa put the Champions League in the tunnel just to show that, yeah, we got European glory, you MFs, you got 0. But what a game. It was a fantastic game, I'm not going to lie. It was brilliant. The first half was fantastic. I'm just going to say this, guys. I know people are going to, I don't know if it's people, but people who have actual ball knowledge, if I'm being honest. I do not rate Ollie Watkins. I'm just going to say it. I don't give a shit. He scored a hat-trick against Liverpool. Blah, 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 all this stuff. This guy is bang average. I'm sorry, I'm just going to say it. And don't even get me started on strikers in this modern day. I grew up seeing Aguero, Drogba, Fernando Torres, Wayne Rooney, David Villa, Luis Suarez. Even I saw glimpses of Ruud van Nistelrooy, like these baller strikers, these fantastic strikers. Diego Costa's another one. Falcao when he was in his prime. These are king strikers, yeah. Even Defoe was better than Darren Bent's even better than this guy. I'm not even lying. This guy is so overrated and overhyped. He's decent. I do not rate him. If I'm being honest, I just do not rate him. If Ollie Watkins had his shooting boots on, that game is different. Arsenal will need to come out more to get the winner, to get a result. And when Arsenal coming out more, what do you think that creates, guys? That creates more chances, creates more openings for Aston Villa to get in behind. And I've got to give massive credit to Arsenal. That what a save from Raya. That could be a winning title save. Fantastic save. One of the best saves I've ever seen in my life. Just a fantastic, like the way his momentum that he has to get up quick just to get that save off. Ollie Watkins should have scored, if I'm being honest. Guys, look what I'm mentioning again. He should have scored. I don't care. Should have scored. Onana played fantastic. That that Rodgers, oh my God, he's so good. He's so strong. He's so powerful with the ball. Runs forward. Like one thing I used to love about Mane. Mane was the same like that. Just runs forward, powerful. Can't get him off the ball. One-on-one, the guys are danger. And that Rodgers was just fantastic. Arsenal midfield was just getting run through sometimes. But again, this is where you don't like. This is a sign of champion. Even when you're not playing well, you get luck on your side sometimes. Same with the great the great teams like Chelsea or the Jose Mourinho Chelsea team, Fergie, Jurgen Klopp's 2019 and 22, Man City. You need that luck sometimes, guys, to win these titles. And Arsenal, this could be a turning point for Arsenal. Of course, it's in the second game, but guys, Aston Villa, Villa Park is not easy game. It isn't. It's not an easy game, but fantastic result for Arsenal. Yeah, this game that could come back and Arsenal be like, yeah, fantastic result. Obviously, Partey, sorry. It wasn't a great goal, if I'm being honest. Shot straight at Martinez. Martinez will be disappointed with himself. He should have saved it. He should have caught it. He should have not let that in. The first goal, Trossard, reminds you of Diego Jota. Impact sub straight away. Saka runs onto the, I think into the box and then crosses with his right foot. Good pass from Saka, to be fair. And then I think that Rodgers, of course, trying to clear it out, hits onto Trossard, and Trossard just, like I said, clinical, boom, bottom corner. And then again, that's what I was saying, when I go back to Ollie Watkins' part, it could have been a different game. This is why you take your chances against the likes of Arsenal and Man City and Liverpool, because you'll get basically a payback, basically. Let's just say it like that, and it's gonna cause you trouble. Or a ball bites you back in the ass. Let's just say it like that. But yeah, fantastic win for Arsenal. There's been, I can't lie, this weekend has been fantastic. There's been some really good games, like the Arsenal and Chelsea game. That was fantastic. Even our game, I think I liked it. Seeing this new Liverpool, and us being more controlled in the sense of the whole entire game and defense, and more of the time our defense is like stable now into that pack that we used to have, but now it's fantastic. Yeah, Manchester United lost. That's the best thing on the weekend. My team won. And Brian, thank you, Brian. I'm just gonna say, let me just give a shout out to Brian. Thank you, Brian, for giving me just an extra boost on my weekend. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Game week 2. Tell me what your guys' predictions were. I'm gonna go through my predictions quick, just a thing. Yeah. So I went in Brian 2-0. Crystal Palace 3-0 for Crystal Palace. Fulham win 1-0. Man City 5-0. Southampton 2-1. Spurs 3-1. Arsenal versus Arsenal. Arsenal win 1-0. Bournemouth, Newcastle win 2-0. Wolves, Chelsea. Chelsea win 2-1. And Liverpool win 2-1. So, yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Make sure to hit the bell notification to get notified, as always. And like what I always say, guys, make sure to hit the like button, because the YouTube algorithm to get my videos out there worldwide. Like what I'm saying, guys, I want this channel to grow. I want to talk to you guys, to interact with you guys. I keep saying that every video because it's massively important. Because the likes are important. Not subscribe, but as in for now, the likes are the most important. Just get the videos out there. And obviously to subscribe. Subscribing to, that's big too. I want to hit I don't know if I've said this, but I want to hit a K subscribers. If hopefully, God willing, I hit K subscribers by the end of this year. But like I was saying, leave it in God's hand and we'll see what happens with that. But anyway, guys, that's pretty much it. Remember, guys, to always stay active, stay hungry, and God bless.